So here's Baxter Peak on Katahdin. Let's go ahead and create a point here. And you see how it's changed the coordinate system. And if you were to paste a different coordinate system in there, it would recognize that and fix that for you. So if you put in degrees, minutes, and seconds instead of decimal degrees, it would automatically convert that. We saw that earlier when we were pasting in decimal degrees, and it changed it to the other. In any case, let's drop off all of those decimals. See how that moved? Just a little bit there. Let's say OK. And let's do that again and change that to the second decimal. OK. Again. Give it the third decimal. See how we're walking closer and closer and closer here. Give it the fourth decimal. Give it the fifth. And now all the decimals that it has. So you see our first point was all the way over here, our second point here. And as we add precision, as we add decimal places, we get closer and closer and closer. And you can see the distances between these get to be very, very small. So let's measure between those two, about 2 feet. Those two, 15 feet. Those two, 135 feet. Looking about 1,500 feet there. And to our original, we have nearly a mile. So by taking all those decimal points off, we lost about a mile's accuracy there. But that's what I was talking about when I used the Google Maps feature before, and it gave me about 15 or 20 decimal places. That's an excessive amount of precision. That's getting down to beyond a millimeter. But I actually had an issue with this once, where in Excel, you'll sometimes have an option to round the nearest hundredth or round to the nearest tenth. And we received coordinate pairs from the Alberta Ministry of Forests, and they were giving us the locations of some mountain pine beetle maps or surveys. So they'd gone out with a helicopter and identified the trees that had mountain pine beetle in them because they turn yellow. Nice when they color code themselves like that. And then they visited those spots and had a GPS location, so a coordinate pair just like this. But Excel decided they'd just slice that off to the nearest, I can't recall if it was the 100th or the 1,000th place. But we pulled up, and the road put us here, and fired up the GPS, had the points in the GPS, said, all right, I'll go out here. And the point was over here. Get out there, and it's nothing but spruce trees. I'm looking for a mountain pine beetle. Pine beetle goes for pine. You'd be shocked to learn someday. And came back in frustration, checked all the coordinates, and come to find out that was the Excel error. I corrected that, and the correct location was actually over here. And we went there and found the pine beetle, and job done. But that rounding error put us, instead of over here, completely different side of the road, completely different direction from where we were going to go. So these things do matter down to a certain point. So it's good to have 5 or 6 decimal places on a decimal degree coordinate pair, but you don't need 50.